Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Voltan, and welcome back to the Flat World. In today's video, this is probably the biggest project in the Flat World I have ever worked on, at least individually. In fact, it's taking me so long to make that it's already nearly day 1300. How did I get here though? How did all of this get in the world? Well, we'll have to talk about it. Let's go back to day 1004 or so, when I began working on this project. So, I've had a little bit of time to think about what I want to do now that we are a little bit past day 1000 now. And I was going back and forth on a few ideas. You know what? I want to take a little bit of a break from this city. We've been focusing on it non-stop since we finished the first part of the ruins. And you know what? I've got a new project in mind that I want to do. Here, I'll explain it. Basically, I have to do some explaining. So, we're going to the school building. We're back in the classroom. We're not going to hear as long this time, but this is essential for what we're doing today. So when I made this world, I made it on 1.20.1, which is the same version I'm playing on right now, actually. Now, even though I'm on 1.20.1, my world should have generated with both villages and strongholds. This is normal. If I generated 1.17, I should have gotten access to all the structure, but I was okay with just getting villages and strongholds. However, for some reason, only villages generated. And to be fair, that is accurate, but considering the current code, I should have still gotten strongholds. Yet I didn't. Because of this, I'm confined to just the overworld and the Nether. Although I've been able to thrive since then, since I got a craftable elytra mod, things are still rough. And you know what? I've been thinking, and you know what? I decided that I want to try and make my own dimension in this world. I don't know. But you know what? I think I'm going to have fun with this. So now you know the game plan. We're going to be making our own dimension today. However, it is nighttime. Now, there is actually a small issue with our plan today. I have no idea what dimension I want to make. And for that, we go to the creative world. I'll see you there. Okay, here we are in the test world. In the planning world, actually, just in general. This is where I first recreated the tunnel board design. This is where a lot of stuff is planned out. A lot of this stuff you're probably not going to be seeing for a long time, unfortunately, but you know what? So we're going to make our own dimension, but what do I want to make it on? I'm already getting some ideas, and we're going to be using stone to get a basic idea. This is looking pretty good so far. I think it looks pretty natural. With just deep slate of like both cobbled and normal. Yeah, if I turn on shaders, I think it looks pretty nice. And for some reason, I'm thinking maybe at the top, like, scatter around some blackstone, maybe a tiny bit more deep slate. So we're thinking like this generally, but like in a big area. Ooh, yeah, I think this definitely is adding a bit more depth to it. I like that. Ooh, yeah, definitely. This is actually looking real nice. I like this a lot. Yeah, I like that. I like this a lot, actually, so far. Now, because we're on Superflat, we cannot get any normal, like, overworld ores, which is a shame, but whatever. We do not need them. We are not weak. We are not nerds. I mean, raw diorite by itself like that is already pretty rare, considering how the only way to get it in Superflat is to craft it. Because yes, that is a vanilla feature. I figured I would get started by getting the blackstone I needed first. Okay, so we've got some more blackstone now. However, real quick, I want to do something about our little base here, actually. As you can see, since my star base was destroyed, I covered it up with this terraforming here. However, here's the thing. If you are to look at it from above, it looks like a butt cheek. I'm just flying into an asshole. I can't believe I've been living like that. And you know what? No more. I'm not gonna live like a janitor. I'm not gonna live like EDP 442. So yeah, we're gonna clean this up and we're gonna make this an open roof. Probably should have done that as my first thing. Actually, I have thought about getting rid of this building, to be honest. Because the design is actually inconsistent, and I don't think there would just be a big central building like this and like a society like this. I feel like everyone would just use like local like farms or whatever. They wouldn't just go to like this big building. And you know what? It's just kind of a waste of resources, especially since I literally never go in here. This building is actually dysfunctional now because I made the second layer, which basically means big sections don't get light, which means plants cannot stay there. And, you know, if I am going to have like a big like industrial like farm, guess where it's going? This is still so weird to me, just having like an open like air storage room. I'm not used to this at all. I'm so used to there being like a roof over my head. Oh yeah, I don't think I showed this. I think I probably mentioned this back in episode 9 as well. But my tunnel board I use for like mining pretty much all my deep slate now is actually broken. I will probably fix it in a moment or so, maybe, if I can remember the design. Because that machine is very important. Wow, I really need to get a better smelting area. I'm pretty sure I built mine right here back on like day... I'm actually not sure, but I'm pretty sure it was during like episode 3? This is why I need the blackstone. To get to these new dimensions I had in mind, I decided to build a portal in the Nether, which would then go into a glowstone tunnel, which would then go to a portal hub where you could go to all these dimensions. However, this later escalated to something else, but we'll get more into that later. It took a lot of glowstone, so it's going to be the only glowstone placing footage I really show. But just know, it took a while to get all that glowstone in. However, the thing is, getting glowstone manually through Nether I thought was a bit slow, so I decided to see if I could get it faster through villager trading. However, the price is expensive, so I decided to make a villager curing building so that way I could get cheaper prices. However, there's now an ugly track outside that is still there as of the end of episode 10. Oh well. Now, I was supposed to be curing my clerics, however, I was actually being dumb and I was curing a Fletcher for some reason. Yeah, I killed this guy right after. Now, I need a place for these clerics to go. I'm not just going to put them back in the basement. So, I decided to begin work on a voidless trading system, where I would utilize the render distance. So that way, I could infinitely trade with my clerics. Then I used it even though the roof was not completed yet. However, it turns out the system didn't really work that great for some reason, and I didn't really use this system that much. I realized at this time that my shuriken farm was just way too small. I was using too many rockets and the farm was too small, so I built a much bigger one in the hexagon building. However, I actually built it wrong at first and did correct the error later. I can just leave this farm going for days at a time. It works perfectly. I managed to finish the Nether pathway to the digging site, and so I finally began digging. At first, I was fine with just hand digging out all the dirt and manually mining out the stone parts later. However, I started to get flashbacks to a previous episode. So, yeah, this didn't last very long. I decided to look into a TNT dupers that worked on super flat. I was able to find one that didn't have any coral fans, but it turns out designs from 10 years ago don't fucking work. So, yeah, that was a bust. Okay, I'm done recording like this in a little bit. So, I'm back from vacation. It's day 1063. And we're back here. Yeah, if you're wondering why I have like 7 levels, I kind of died earlier. I really need to get like Feather Falling 4. I really need it. Like, the most common cause of death I have in Minecraft is falling. Man, this place looks nice. Anyway, what's next? So we got the glowstone tunnel finished. It took like 64 days. That's a stack of days. It took a stack of days to get there, but we did it. Now, I want to get this episode done before day 1200. And I think we can accomplish that goal by just doing 1 of the 10 memories. I think maybe we'll do more in the future. Pause. If you want to know what I mean by memories, at this point the project had turned into something else. It was no longer a 4th dimension, but rather, it was now a set of memories from throughout my world's lore. We'll talk more about the lore behind this specific memory later. But kind of like with the ruins, I kind of just want to get like started on it, and we come back to it later. Like with the city, like Voltan City, there's like the main project. You know, the ruins and the memories area, those are like side projects that I occasionally work on. Well, the Nether Hub itself is just kind of a place that we occasionally just add something onto if needed. It's basically complete now. It's just expansions we're doing now. And, you know, I went back to my base to blow that crap off. While I was there, I thought about something. I'm basically being held back in this world by the fact that I cannot access the end. I have no good source of diamonds. Yes, I do have the Nether fortresses, but that takes so long. And honestly, it's just kinda, you know, not worth my time. And it's also just easier to just go looking in, you know, end cities, which is actually generally considered the best way to get diamonds in super flat. Though obviously that's being contested now by the new trial chambers, since you can also get diamonds in those. But the unfortunate, the end cities are my best bet. But I cannot access them. So, we're gonna take a little detour. Please, I wanna sleep! Now this guy, his trade's reset. No matter, I'll be needing these arrows anyway. I still can't access the end though, so how am I going to do that? Watch and learn. That's how. So yes, it is cheating. Do I care? No. I don't care. I just don't care. I just don't care. I know there's ways to technically get it legitimately by going through all the old Minecraft updates and whatnot. But you know what? I just don't care. I'm going to sleep. Yeah, I just don't care. They don't spawn naturally anyway. And you know what? This actually gives me freedom of choice where I want to place these damn things. You know what? I know exactly where I want them to go. So, I'm going to put them where I want them to go. And you know what? I've already been considering just cheating this in one way or another anyhow. And you know what? I figured, no, I may as well just do it like this. We can go to the end now. Is this cheating? Yes. Do I care? No. No, I don't. Anyway, for wondering where I'm going to be putting the end portal, look no further, because this place is actually a lot more convenient than you may think. Where would be a good spot? I think maybe right here would be good. Alright, it took like over 1,000 days and a year of playtime, but whatever, we're here. It's probably because I have an elytra, but this is damn easy. Oh! Well, that's just on me being stupid. Oh, this was so embarrassing. This dragon is taking its sweet ass time to purge. Yes, oh my god. Yeah, let's go. I could have had over 100 if I didn't die. Ooh, this is a good end city right here. Check it out. And of course I'm going to just cheese it. We also have the Spire template because of that. Honestly, I think we should just get back to work. This means we can now actually dupe sand. We'll probably do something with that in the next episode, maybe. Actually, maybe we can do it now because really right now I'm waiting for someone on Mog Swamp's Discord server to send me a schematic for a carpet bomber that works on Superflat. The one I tried earlier does not work. So we need to find our own design. And, well, I was able to find a guy, but you know what? He's looking for a design that might work better for our needs, so we're gonna have to wait. You know what? Why don't I just try and make that sand duper, right? Yeah. let's do it now. But then I didn't do that. Instead, I decided to build an entirely new dripstone farm. Then again, my old one was really bad and slow, so I guess this makes sense. Not sure why I procrastinated. Anyway, after that, I finally built the sand duper. I only built one part of it for now, but later I do add all the other parts. Anyway, I needed sand because I was planning on laying down a bunch of TNT and just exploding it that way. That was my plan at the time. And then I took another detour. This time, I wanted to build the interior walls for the hexagon building, so I started building a concrete converter. But this thing doesn't even work, so it's just a big waste of time. If I actually just manually converted it anyway, maybe I'll finish these walls later, or I don't know. Hey, so, okay. I said I wasn't gonna do it. I said it was for nerds. But I have no more choice. I downloaded Lightmatica. It's just this once, I swear. I have actually used this before, but I'm only going to be using it for like farms and whatnot. You gotta remember, this is the farthest out I've been in this world, like, ever. I don't have that much honey. In fact, I think my honey farm is actually slow as shit. This probably won't be enough to get through to like even like the first layer, but I do think it is worth seeing just how much one just much TNT would do. Yeah, I'd say I did a pretty big dent. Manually bombing out all that was taking too long, so I decided to just build the bombers. However, I actually built them too low, so later I had to rebuild them. However, once I had it all set up, it was all pretty easy. However, the first time I ran it, it didn't go so well, and there was a lot of leftover land, so I had to do a few extra rounds. However, once that was all out of the way, I could begin construction. I did not use Lightmatica at all for the actual building part of the cave. With that, I had to manually terraform everything. However, I think it turned out pretty good, even without the use of Lightmatica. I added a few details here and there. I could probably add more later, but I think it looks pretty good. Door, you guys will see the inside of the cave in a moment. However, for now, I need to get a bunch of dirt on top so that way it doesn't look completely weird. Don't worry, we're getting more hills later. Anyway, it was just a matter of placing a lot of dirt for like an hour or so. And yeah, it was done on the outside and on the inside too. So now, I can finally show you guys what has taken me so many months. On May 7th, 2091, a group of Polish settlers in what is known as the Krakow Outpost decided that it's time to restart their mining operations. They open up their mining operations for the first time in a long time. In the mines, they find a large cavernous area, and that's where they consider the main hub of the mine. They go off in various branches of the caves, and some places cave in, that's inevitable. Other places, a lot of the miners like to use TNT to get through, as they feel they could find more resources this method. However, something interesting happens. Some miners were trying to use this tactic of using bombs to find more resources. In the process, they find something interesting. A room well lit with a bomb in the middle. Not just any bomb though, it would appear to be a nuclear weapon. Looking further into this room, it's clear that this is some kind of Polish government bunker from before nuclear war. Evident by the Polish flag hanging up in what appears to be a conference room for government officials. It's clear it's a bunker when they find the exit, however, it won't budge, likely being rusted away. The finding is reported, but everyone is just told to not touch it. Well, something else happens. Instead, one day, miners living in the Krakow Outpost just hear a large explosion. The explosion is promptly investigated by several people, who find that some miners, for some reason, had detonated the weapon underground, and anyone who had survived had become very irradiated. I probably can't really describe what they would have looked like, because YouTube is kind of an asshole sometimes, but think like the ghouls from Fallout. Because of this, the mine is considered too dangerous and promptly abandoned. It is boarded up, meaning the mine is no longer in use. This was a major setback, one that would take a long time to recover from. Well everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. This took months to make, and I'm glad to have it finally done. In the meantime, in the next episode on the Flat World, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna become a real estate agent. You'll see what I mean when that eventually comes around. Anyway, until next time, my name is Voltan. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.